Hi, hello, and welcome to this very first Q&A here on the channel that we're going to be doing. And all I can say is thank you guys for all the support and the comments and all the stuff that you left on the community post and just in general. Really don't know. We wouldn't be doing this if not for, all the support that you guys are giving me. So, yeah, thank you very much. Before we go into the Q&A, apologies for the bright sun? Why am I apologizing for the sun? I don't know. But yeah, apologies for the bright light here in the background. It's still daytime and I didn't want to close down, the windows just to record this one little video. Yeah, you get a flashbang. I guess the first Q&A starts with a flashbang? I don't know where I was going with that one. Anyway, before we also head into the Q&A stuff, the questions. If you want any other, if you have any other questions for me, just leave them on this video. We can do more Q&As here in the future. Leave questions here below, and I'll pick them up for the next video then, and do another Q&A in the future. How often? I would say it depends on how quickly questions come in onto this video, but I would love to do one at least like every week to 2 weeks, maybe, if you guys are interested, of course. If not, it's also fine. Yeah, who knows? Maybe you guys get me to do some hot takes with some of the questions. Oh, and also, if you will be leaving questions or just comments in general, do leave me a suggestion for who you want as a, secretary over there. Right now I just have Virtuosa as in the lobby, rather, because she's the last Live 2D that I acquired, and that's how I just operate with the Live 2Ds. Whoever is the last one gets to be here in the lobby until the next character arrives. But yeah, anyway, leave me a question and leave me a suggestion who you want as a Live 2D, specifically as a Live 2D if possible, for the next part when we do this. And if I see a couple of them overlap, I'm gonna pick one of them. If every single one of you is gonna suggest someone else, I'm just gonna do a raffle, I guess, and see who pops up, but we'll see. Anyway, that's for the future. For now, let's begin with the first question, shall we? And it comes from Dr. Gojo-kun, who says, congratulations, thank you. Now we need a cake to celebrate. Indeed. I did have a tiny bit of a cake. And here is my question. Why you started YouTube, and are you satisfied with your progress so far? Pardon? Satisfied, yes, because I had no expectations going into this YouTube stuff as to channel growth and if people would be interested and how the growth will be like. I was expecting growth, but I had no expectations for numbers or anything else. So yeah, I'm satisfied with how things are right now, but I'm hoping obviously for more in the future, as always, as any other YouTuber, of course. For your other part of the question, why did I start YouTube? I started usually just, or rather at the beginning I started uploading the operator records for the different, characters when they started being introduced into the game. It was essentially the very first operator record that went up on the channel for, which is for Ea Fiala, that made me go like, huh, this is interesting, I should do this. I should record and upload these. Or rather, it was when I was reading it, then it crossed my mind, huh, I should record these and I should upload them. And here we are. Later down the line came the narration, but more on that in a bit, because there is another question that came later that is related to that, so I'm gonna answer both you, Gojo, and the other person asking. But for now, let's move on to the next question, which comes from Bloody Fish, who says, when will your channel have inclusivity towards multi-body entities? I will, at some point, get a bone flute, Damatsi. Anyway, jokes aside, as you said, how about what was the thing that brought me to AK? I think it would be the first trailer that I saw for the game. The first trailer that I remember seeing for the game, rather, is the one where Amiya walks through a desert at the beginning of it. And I think she's also the one who does narration over it. I can't remember, it's been a while. But it's definitely that trailer that caught my attention because of the presentation, presentation, music, and everything to it. However, the one thing about the trailer that caught my attention a bit more and made me a bit suspicious of what the game is gonna be like when it's out, and a lot of stuff regarding the game, was a little game, a little name that is Yoastar. When I saw that, I was kind of suspicious of what the hell this is gonna be like, because if you know Yoastar, you know a tiny little game by the name of Azure Lane with assets, many assets, and I was very suspicious of how this game is gonna be like because of that name. I didn't back then I didn't know that the game is developed by Hypergriff and published by Yoastar. I wish I would have known that. That might have helped alleviate a bit of my suspicions towards the game. But here we are. I started reading it. It caught my attention almost immediately when I started reading it on release. And it honestly, it slowly, as the story progressed at the very beginning of it, as stuff was delivered to you, slowly caught my attention more and more, like one more nail in the coffin, one more. And it was, the final nail in the coffin was literally the appearance of Neural. When she appeared on the screen, together with her lines of text and just her overall appearance, and no, she's not my waifu, that was the point where I went like, this is good. This is gonna be good. And here we are. The rest is as they say, history. But yeah, that would be, I guess, a bit of an abridged, but I didn't really expose myself like to any kind of other detail about the game outside of those initial trailers. The first one I saw and the other ones they released. That was about it. That was pretty much all I saw about the game, and then I just went in pretty much blindly almost when it released. And here we are. Alright, next one. From Ninezes, apologies if I'm pronouncing this wrong, who says, congratulations. I have a request. How about you cosplay when streaming? Not gonna lie, cosplaying is something that did obviously cross my mind to do at some point. However, as things are standing right now, my wardrobe is very plain and very simple. I mean, it's literally shirts, t-shirts, and sweaters for winter. So the best cosplay I can give you right now would be to get my sunglasses and a white t-shirt, and we can do a Thorns, I guess. I don't have the skin color for Thorns, but I guess it can pass. Maybe. I would have to shave. Maybe not then. I need someone else. I need someone else. But yeah, right now I don't really have anything to cosplay with. Plus the fact I'm also unemployed. I don't have any kind of other income besides what I'm getting every month to just sustain myself. So if in the future I do get either a job or can land any kind of maybe potentially voice acting gig or whatever the hell, I would love to buy some cosplay and do some. It would be fun. It would definitely be fun. But yeah, that's for the future. I would love to do it. However, you had a response to your request, and I'm just gonna read it, and I'm gonna leave it at that. From Gabriel Oceano. If so, him dubbing Gladia with that new skin in the next AH event will be a treat to our eyes. Yeah. But truth be told, I have no idea where I would get a dress like that. Plus, or her outfit, just general outfit. But I would love to do that. I would have nothing against cosplaying as Gladia. That would be something. Anyway, next one. From someone I actually know more personally, Jazz, who asks, congrats on the milestone. Thank you. Also, Jazz, I did not expect to see a question from you on YouTube. You usually just interact with my Twitch, especially when I stream Yakuza. So that was quite a surprise to see you, and made me very happy, actually. But yeah, also, the question is, When Yakuza 4. Sorry. When Yakuza 4. At the earliest that I can give you a time frame would be probably in August. I would be playing it actually right now before the release of Dawn Trail, if not for the release of Wuthering Waves, like what, roughly 2 weeks at this point, which obviously took me a bit to go through and see how the game is. And yeah, otherwise I would be playing it right now before the release of Dawn Trail, but because Dawn Trail is like literally around the corner right now, and right after Dawn Trail is gonna be The Legend of Heroes. Both, by the way, both things I'm gonna be streaming. But yeah, after Dawn Trail is gonna be The Legend of Heroes, which has a demo out right now, which I plan to stream next week. It's literally the beginning of the game and like 10 hours of gameplay. Jesus Christ. That's gonna be 2 streams. But yeah, anyway. Dawn Trail, then Legend of Heroes, and then sometime in August we're gonna pick up Yakuza again. Because literally for the rest of the year, after the Legend of Heroes releases, the rest of the year, the only game that is on my radar to buy and play and stream is the new Atlas game, the new IP, Metaphor, which I think is out in October or November, I can't remember right now. But yeah, there's literally a huge hole of nothing. And the only thing in that hole that will be releasing that I know of is the new main story together with the new region in Genshin, and that will be streamed, but that will be like maybe a week of streaming. But yeah, otherwise, from sometime in August towards the release of Metaphor, it's just gonna be Yakuza mostly, unless Jeffy Boy surprises us this week with a trailer for DLC for Armored Core 6. Please, I need Armored Core. Anyway, but yeah, it's gonna be mostly Yakuza from August onward, with 4, 5, and if time allows for it, maybe even 0, but we'll see. 4 and 5 are definitely in plan to be played sometime before release of Metaphor. But yeah, anyway, final question comes from the Flaming Vigil, who says, "Congrats, thank you very much. First video I watched was probably It's Been a While or An Obscure Wanderer." A year and 3 months ago. Time flies. What is time? Damn, but yeah, holy shit, thank you. What inspired you to make Arknights narrations? And this is why this brings me back to Gojo's question at the beginning. What inspired me to do the narrations? Well, just as a general thing, I think most people have this innate thing when they read a story. Even if you're not reading out loud, you are subconsciously imagining a voice for characters. For me, the extension to that is when I read anything, I try to project my voice a tiny bit already, just to make myself more, you know, understandable and easier to listen to. That is kind of like a, I don't even know why I have that. Might be a combination between the fact that I grew up bilingual, so, you know, copying a language and properly pronouncing another language was kind of a thing since my childhood. Might be stemming back from all the way from there. But yeah, for me it's just an extension of, I already do that for just narrating if I'm reading something in general out loud, that is. And when it comes to character voices, it's another extension of that, because even if I'm not trying to do a character voice, I will break into a character voice. It just happens. It's kind of like a reflex. But yeah, the final two things would be, one being that people always, as I'm sure that everybody who listens to this is aware, everybody wants, you know, to have this game fully voice acted, which I don't see ever happening, like, for real. The closest thing you'll get to that is the anime, but the game itself being voice acted at this point, oof. No, I don't see that ever happening. If it happens, that's gonna be a miracle and a half. That's gonna be 3 miracles in a row worth. But people always say they wanted to have the game voice acted, so, you know, I was like, why not? And coming back to an earlier statement as well, it was literally COVID time, I had nothing else to do, and so I just started doing it. Pretty much. And you know what? It helped me with English, it helped me with other languages, it helped me with just talking in general, I guess. So I'm reaping a lot of benefits from it, weirdly enough. But yeah, that's one of them. The final one would be, as an inspiration to do, would be probably all the stuff that I'm watching on YouTube, which mostly is stuff like Let's Plays, like long Let's Plays, and stuff just about lore from games, or long movie reviews, or just podcasts and stuff like that. Something that I can put on and listen to when I feel like it, when I'm doing something else, you know. And I would say out of all of those channels, probably the one that made me consider doing something myself with this would be a Let's Play channel from a dude by the name of Nico B. Do check his stuff out. He does, I would say, his approach to narrating through a game that doesn't have narrating is kind of similar, though he does play a lot of JRPGs and stuff like that that have narration. He does, however, do voices for characters, and in a very different manner from mine. He goes on a more bits and comedy bits and tangents of his own, like his own headcanons or head narratives for that matter, which can be all sorts of crazy shenanigans and lead to crazy stuff. And it took me a while to get used to them, by the way, when I started watching him years ago for stuff like I think it was Kingdom Hearts actually that I discovered him for, because I was looking for Let's Plays of the old games, and I found him through Kingdom Hearts Let's Plays, and just stuck with it. And to this day, I'm still watching everything he pretty much puts out, outside of maybe 1 or 2 games that I want to play myself. But yeah, he's probably goofy voice acting for characters, which he also does serious voice acting for non-voice acted visual novel style games. Probably made me go like, yeah, you know what? I would love to do this myself and see how it goes. Especially because I do have a game that I do enjoy reading and, you know, just discussing and see what I can get out of that. And if I get people to, you know, stop by, talk about story, and just have general discussions and shoot the shit, as you would say. But yeah, that would be probably all of the stuff that made me interested in picking something like that up. And that is our final question, actually. So yeah, thank you very much, guys, for all the questions that you left. Congrats and the likes and all of that stuff. Really appreciate it. And yeah, if you want more of this, just leave me questions on this very video. Like I said as well, leave me a suggestion for a lobby character who has a Live 2D as well. So we have some motion there as well, not just me. And yeah. I hope we can do one, 2, or 3, or who knows how many more of these in the future. But yeah, for now, thank you very much for watching and listening to me ramble over these questions. Much appreciated. Hopefully it wasn't boring to listen to. And yeah, like, sub if you're new. I don't know if anybody new to the channel would pop onto this, but yeah, sub. Thank you. Thank you very much. More numbers, more options, you know. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, and hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, have a good one. Bye-bye.